When you first arrive in Canada, it doesn't feel like just crossing a border. It feels like brushing up against a quieter, parallel version of North America. At first glance, everything looks familiar. The roads, the storefronts, the language. But if you listen closely, the details begin to whisper. This isn't the United States anymore. In Toronto's Pearson Airport, it begins softly. English and French woven together across every sign. Arrivals and arrivées, exit and sortie. Subtle but always there. For someone used to monolingual signs, it feels both elegant and slightly disorienting. People move differently here, slower, softer. Airport staff smile more easily. And when they bump into you, they apologize. Genuinely. Even the customs officers, formal, yes, carry a tone that feels more gentle. Step outside, and it continues. The air, if it's winter, is sharper but drier. The cold doesn't cling. It just cuts, clean and direct. Everyone seems prepared. Heavy coats, tall boots, no panic, just readiness. Then come the colors. Canadian money. Blue, green, purple. Crisp plastic notes that flash like Monopoly bills in your hand. Compared to the muted greens of American cash, they feel almost playful. Drivers obey speed limits with quiet discipline. Crosswalks are respected. It's not loud, but it's there. Order, humming beneath the surface. One moment lingered with me. I was lost, standing near the UP Express train platform, struggling with the ticket machine. A man in a navy suit slowed down, smiled, pointed to the screen, showed me which button to press. Then, with a simple "Welcome to Toronto," he vanished into the crowd. No waiting for thanks. No awkward small talk. Just a gesture. Simple. Thoughtful. That was the first time I felt it. This place moves differently. Not better, not worse, just quieter, more deliberate. Once you settle in, the layers begin to unfold. Not all at once, but gently. Like snow melting slowly into the ground. At the grocery store, the differences sharpen. You reach for a gallon of milk, but it's in liters. The gas pump, too. Liters, not gallons. Nutrition labels speak two languages. English beside French, side by side everywhere. A constant reminder that duality lives in the daily. Bag policies are firm. Reusable bags are expected. Plastic bags cost extra. There's no negotiation. Just quiet environmental accountability. Subtle but deeply ingrained. Then comes healthcare, a frequent topic, even among strangers. Not in loud debates, but in passing mentions of wait times, doctor visits, and the comfort of affordability. For Americans, it's a shift. To be in a place where a broken bone doesn't equal financial panic. Where sick days aren't bargaining chips, but respected parts of life. And the weather. It doesn't just arrive. It commands. Snow isn't a surprise. It's expected, planned for. Overnight, plows sweep the streets before dawn. Children walk to school in snow pants. Parents shovel calmly, as if brushing off the porch. It's not dramatic. It's routine. Yet life continues, unpaused. Canadians move through winter not with complaint, but with a kind of quiet sturdiness. Food, too, tells a story. Tim Hortons is more than coffee. It's a gathering place. Construction crews, commuters, grandparents, they all pass through those doors. The food scene at large is quietly bold. Poutine beside sushi. Butter chicken near burgers. Cultures layered without spectacle. Diversity here doesn't demand attention. It just exists, naturally. Social interactions mirror this tone. Polite, measured. Warmth, yes, but not loud or immediate. You won't be swept into conversation right away. But smile, say hello, and the response is almost always kind. Not flashy, just real. There's a cultural instinct here. Not to impose. To give space, to notice, but not press. Still, when the connection comes, it stays. Solid, quiet, loyal. Neighbors may shovel your driveway without a word. Co-workers might slip you tips for winter driving, not as advice, but as small offerings. You'll hear sorry often, not out of guilt, but care. It's a gentle thread that ties daily moments together. Community matters here, in ways that don't always shout. Hockey games, yes, but also farmers markets, local festivals, quiet fundraisers. The rallying isn't loud. It's steady, grounded. Then there's the modesty, not just in words, but in energy. In the US, success often strides into the room. Here, it walks softly. Achievement is quietly tucked into conversation. Bragging is rare. Self-deprecating humor, common. It's not distance. It's just a softer way of connecting. I remember one evening, a backyard barbecue with neighbors. Each person brought a dish. Nothing extravagant, just thoughtful, homemade comfort. No competition, no performance, just easy company. They asked about where I came from, not out of curiosity to impress, but to include. No spotlight, just a seat at the table. That was the rhythm. If you're used to the US pace, where hustle hums under every hour, Canada can feel like someone turned the volume down and let in the breeze. Work matters here. But so does everything outside of it. Offices close earlier. Evenings belong to people, not productivity. Overtime exists, but rarely as a badge. 2 weeks vacation isn't earned through exhaustion. It's expected and used. Weekends stretch longer. Cottages by the lake. Road trips north. Time isn't filled. It's lived. Statutory holidays don't just mark dates on a calendar. They mark pauses. Thanksgiving comes early, October. Canada Day sparks fireworks, yes, but also stillness. People unplug. Families gather. Nature becomes the backdrop to celebration. Escaping to a quiet place up north isn't indulgent. It's normal, a part of the rhythm. In the US, vacation can feel like a guilty breath. Here, it feels like oxygen, expected, necessary, respected, and healthcare shapes this too. When medical costs don't hover over your every decision, your view of time shifts. Parents take kids to the doctor without the weight of what will this cost? Sick days aren't battles. They're pauses you're allowed to take. That freedom. It changes how people move through their days. Even the idea of success bends a little. In America, titles and income often rise to the top. In Canada, balance carries weight. Spending time outdoors, volunteering, long walks after work, travel when you can. Ambition still lives here, but it doesn't shout. It doesn't push you until you break. Stay long enough, and you feel it. A subtle, steady calm. Less edge, less urgency, more breathing room. Even driving tells the story. People let you merge. They wave thank you. They don't honk unless they mean it. It's not perfect, but it's gentler. Safety feels closer too. Kids take the subway, parents watch, but with a quiet confidence that others are watching too. That kind of trust changes how you walk through a city. It softens your posture, lowers your guard. There was a moment I still think about. After a heavy snowstorm, I was out, struggling to dig my rental car out of a bank of ice and powder. A man across the street noticed. No words at first. Just walked over with a larger shovel, offered it with a nod. "Nothing, but this'll be faster," he said. We worked in silence. 10 minutes, maybe less. When I tried to thank him, he simply nodded again, then turned and walked away. No small talk, no lingering. Just help, given without strings. That's Canada. At least, the version I've come to know. Not loud, but present. Not distant, but thoughtful. Kindness, not for show, but because it fits, and it builds, over time, into something quiet and powerful. A sense of being allowed to belong, not handed to you, but opened. You might still feel like a visitor, but rarely like an outsider. Friendship takes time. But when it arrives, it's sturdy, like the snow boots by every door. If you've ever wondered what it feels like to cross the border and start again here, this is it. A slower rhythm, a softer tone, a place where politeness is not pretense, but a kind of social warmth. Canada isn't flawless. No country is. But if you've grown tired of the noise, the grind, the constant climb, this place offers a different way to live. And that, in the end, can feel like a kind of quiet revolution. Have you felt it too? What surprised you most? Share your story in the comments. And if you're curious about life beyond your borders, hit subscribe. More culture stories ahead. Canada was just the beginning.